Hey guys, Hopeless Hell here, coming at you with another video. Today will actually be my first tutorial video in a while. Today, I'll be teaching you how to homebrew. In D&D, of course. Today's episode will be about the background. So, there are various different backgrounds in the game, and I'm going to be showing you how to make your own from scratch. But you can use others as templates. We have a little brief overview here. But we don't need that. That's what you're here for, tutorials. So first we're going to need a background name. Clearly, we're going to come up with something that is incredibly intelligent. Alright, perfect. Now, next up, there's going to be a version. Now, as you can read here, if desired, create your own versioning standard. This is primarily used if you tend to share your background publicly. You can leave this blank if you do not intend to use versioning. Very smart, D&D Beyond. You put a red star against something that you can just leave blank. Wow. Anyways, introduction. You have lived with frogs your whole life. Yay. Obviously, you should go way more in depth. This is just a little sample, yada yada. But yep, this is where you put your introduction. Skill proficiency descriptions. This text describes what skills in the background grants, if any. After the initial save, you must also add skill proficiency data in the modifier section below, yada yada yada. But yeah, he basically explained what skill proficiencies you get here. Here's where you put the tools, here's where you put the languages, here's where you put the equipment. You can also have a background specific table name. So just like, what type of frogs? And this is where you would put the table. So if you roll a die from a 1 to a 6, you get poisonous frogs. A 7 to an 8, you get giant frogs. Who knows? Who knows? It's just a little table if you like actually using those tables in the background section. Feature name. Every background has a feature. So, one with the frogs. And a description. You can cast polymorph on yourself once per long rest. Let me fix my grammar a bit there. When you cast this spell this way, you must choose a frog for your transformation. Those are just little variants. Like, let me see. For the noble, there's simply a knight where you have retainers. You should check it out. It's in the player's handbook. Variant feature. Let's see. So yep, variant name, variant description. You can have multiple as well. There's a second one right here. Suggested characteristics. Likes frogs. But honestly, what you should put here is the text describes the suggested characteristics for the background. You must add characteristic data after the initial save for the characteristics to be available in the character builder /sheet. Honestly, most of these don't matter. And with feature names and descriptions, honestly, it shouldn't be something like this. Typically, they're used to a point where they're actually pretty much never used. And if a person does use it, it's either for role play or they're desperate. There's also spell lists, because for some reason, some backgrounds give spell lists. There's also context descriptions about any context the background may provide, and there's also tags. There's Adventures League, buff, combat, damage, deception, control, detection, exploration, guilds, yada yada yada. There's a lot of tags. So let's see what would this one be. Obviously, becoming a frog is a buff. Let's see. Frogs are obviously monstrous. Frogs are incredibly social and super good at utility. And no one can stand against the might of a frog, so also warding. And you create background. Now, technically you can be done here, but you're going to need to add some skill proficiencies, because that's what all of them do. So there's a lot of skills to choose from. Frogs obviously have performance and stealth. Now, you can add more, but typically they only give you 2. Tool proficiencies. Frogs are obviously amazing at alchemist stuff, so they have proficiency in alchemist supplies. Now, typically backgrounds only give you a 2 total between proficiencies, but they could go either way. Languages also does count as a proficiency for that, but obviously frogs speak. What do frogs speak? They totally speak Gnomish. Frogs can also start with, well, backgrounds can start with equipment. So yeah. As for the example here, we have a crossbow, a money pouch and backpack, a dagger, short sword. What we're gonna put here is, well, there's nothing really a frog would carry, so we could just put him with a crossbow, because of course frogs know how to wield crossbows. Equipment phrase. Equipment phrases that contain single items or items joined with an and should be added here. Like a money pouch and a backpack. That should be gold. Gold value, 21. But you can also do with other things like specific armor, specific gear. But since we're adding money pouch, 21 gold. Anyways, we can save that. Head back to edit. Alright, let's see. Background specific table. This is where you get out of the table, but tables take a bit of time. So we won't go over that. Suggested characteristics. We can add a characteristic, why not? Characteristic type. Personality trait. Likes frogs. And typically you're going to want a few of these, so they can roll a die or just choose off of the list. But if you take this background, then you only like frogs. You can also add contacts, but no one ever uses that. And additional spell lists. That's only if you want to. That's only if you want to give your DM a headache, or if you're the DM, that's only if you want to give yourself a headache, because they really shouldn't have this. And that's how you homebrew a background. That's all for now. Bye.